Hello, Monsters Abound here, and welcome to part 2 of my Heinrich Kemmler and Krell campaign. Things were kicking off last episode. So much happened in just the one episode that I had to get a solid state drive just to contain the sheer majesty of what is going to be a fantastic new campaign. We hadn't even hit the end turn button. The end turn button is still on turn 1. We haven't hit it yet. That's coming up. A little teaser of what's going to happen later in the episode. I don't think any other campaign of the Vampire Counts has ever had so much action in just the first episode. So I am the best Vampire Counts player literally in the world. Don't check that. That's just I'm not going to back it up with any evidence. It's just fact, my fact. So Kemmler is currently laying siege to Castle Tempelhof. We're going to have to leave him a couple of turns just to put up some siege weapons, but taking it should not be a problem.
Over.
Well, you say that, Aldous von Karstein, but your little force there is not looking particularly good, and their defences, well, they've only got some Felbats and some skeleton spearmen, so it's not looking particularly good for Tempelhof currently. It looks like we've broken their back in less than a turn, so that's fantastic stuff. So with nothing left to do really, I did say we were going to go into the next turn, and indeed we are. Here we go. Pow! Phew. Like a boss. That's something the kids would say. Good. Okay, fantastic. So I think we should be able to just auto-resolve that. Don't think that's going to be a major issue. The Blood Dragon Lord there. So we get a little bit of money, and we will occupy it. So we go. So we can get some Zombles, some Regiment of Renowned Zombles, a Tithe, and some skeletons. Might pick those up.
Death is spread by your conquests, mighty lord.
Yep.
Your realm grows, and more distant lands now fall under your gaze.
They do.
The Empire and other kingdoms of men lie to the north and west. There you may feast, for the living are plentiful.
Yeah, thank you. That's very... Thanks. Go away now. Bye. So since Count Manfred's unfortunate defeat at Helfen, Sylvania has been in decline. No longer is it feared as the dread land where the dead do not rest, but instead it is seen as Sterlin's bastard child. What? To hell with that. Now von Karstein resides in Castle Drakenhof once again. It is time for the vampires to take dominion over their haunted realm. It is indeed. So they want us to sack two different... occupy, loot, raise, or sack two different settlements, and they give us some dark magic for that. That's well worth the effort. They will, Heinrich, they will indeed, and you've ranked up. That's good stuff. Okay, so I'm going to give you Restless Dead. That's going to make you move a little bit faster. Next turn, we're going to want to take Fort Oberstry. Yeah, we'll take that place. And in the meantime, we're going to build... what do we want? Maybe some... Oh, I don't know. Let's build a Sinister Copse there, just to get some different units going. What can we get? We can't raise any dead, but we can pick up these guys. So we've still got some money coming in. I do find that the Steel Faith mod does make it a lot harder to get money. You start off in a much worse position, but we do have a gold mine coming along here, and. Oh, you literally got no one, Heinrich. Never mind. Yeah, you do. But that's all we got for the moment, so we're just going to have to deal with it. At least Castle Tempelhof does have walls, so it's a good defensive location. Ha! Funny, Heinrich. Very funny. Grave times. Oh, blimey, it's actually slightly more difficult than I thought to take this place. They do have some... Ooh. Tell you what, we'll break the siege. Yeah. Can we... Okay, we can get one more Zombles. Right, we'll go back in. Yeah, we're going to fight this one. Fight for Oberstyre, whatever the hell it's called. Well, we're going to fight over it anyway. So there's Heinrich. There he is running along. Krell, ready to be summoned. Once we join combat, we've got a line of Zombles and some skeletons behind them. And then on the right flank here, we've got our race. So there's our Hex race, Mounted race, and our Khan race That's our infantry. The enemy is, well, it might be a little bit tricky. They've got a lot of skeletons, but they've also got some crypt ghouls. Now, crypt ghouls are way better than our skeletons and zombies, so we might take a bit of a beating, but we should be okay. We should be able to win it anyway. It just might take a bit more casualties than I was hoping for, but it should be fine. Oh, I do love that they have done so well on the models. I just love Total War Warhammer. Good job, CA. I do love it so much. Okay, so our race have been spotted, but that's no big deal. So there's our regiment of renowned skeletons there. I think they have they're slightly bigger, aren't they? And slightly more armoured, I think. Bloody zombies just pushing everyone out of the way. Look at that. So rude. The zombies are quite slow, so only speed of 23 compared to speed of 31 of the skeletons. Oh, Heinrich's 35. Look at that.
Not what I planned.
Was it not?
I
Are you
go.
okay? Off you go then. Off you go. Come on. Okay, so we're going to march along there. I do love the way the skeletons move. I think that's from Jason and the Argonauts. Is that sort of like a Stampy March type thing? Like the motion capture. Looks so good. Do enjoy that. Okay, so here we are. We're coming up. The thing about Undead v Undead is that neither side will have any missile units, so absolutely no skirmishing. We'll send the zombies in first. They'll go in and go and attack. Oh, here's the Tithe. These are the Regiment of Renowned zombies. They all have maces. Look at that. Interesting. Okay, so here we go. So the Fellbats are coming in. Fellbats quite a strong unit actually, but quite weak. So they'll probably do okay against the zombies, but we have skeletons coming in behind them. That's going to be good. Our Hex Race are moving in. There's this unit of spears here. We've got to be a little bit careful about on their flank. We've just moved our zombies in, and our skeletons are coming in behind. Heinrich's going to take up a nice little position, and Krell's come back. There's Krell. He's getting stuck in. The crypt ghouls here. Not going to have a good time. Krell's going to show them the business end of his axe. I didn't move these guys quickly enough, and they got pinned down by some spear skellies, and the Fellbats retreated and pinned them in place. I don't know whether that was intentional by the AI, but that was quite smart actually. It might have been accidental. It was probably accidental. Maybe it's just my bad luck. So here come our zombies and skeletons to back our Hex Race up. I mean, even against skeleton spearmen, the skeleton spearmen aren't going to do very well against the Hex Race, even though they're cavalry. Basically, the Hex Race are just going to hack their way through, and they've got a heal being thrown on them by Heinrich, and because of their low health pool, that does a huge amount of healing on them. So Krell's back. I mean, look at the corpse pile, and that's all done by Krell. He's got 37 kills already. He's just smacking ghouls to death. That one lost his head, and Krell just walking, not even bothering to run. Good stuff. On the left flank here, everything's going pretty well. The crypt ghouls are doing a lot of damage to us, but that's to be expected. I say the zombies are expendable, so it's not so much of a big deal. Heinrich's there just on the line, and Krell he's literally just mopping up as he goes along.
Yes.
Yeah, and Heinrich's fully enjoying himself. We've put Van Hal's Dance Macabre on the Hex Race, and they're dealing with the Graveguard unit here. They'll be very good against those because the Hex Race are armor piercing, so they'll do very well against these guys, and they're also anti-infantry as well. So pretty much perfect units to use against Graveguard. course, Heinrich's now close enough so they're getting the added debuff of Heinrich's Lich Master ability. And our Khan race have freed up, and they're going to join in, taking on the Grave Guard. Again, they're armor piercing, so basically the Grave Guard are in a very bad position at the moment. The rest of the battle's going pretty well. I mean, we are taking a lot of damage, but it's undead. Who cares, right? Lots of dead zombies is not going to be a big deal. Krell would be impressed, but Krell's busy at this moment in time. There's a lot of bodies on the ground here. That's going to make this water quite unsanitary. But that's a matter for the Environment Agency. You going to do something, Krell? Or are you just having a chill out for a minute? Yeah, you're just having a relax. That's fine. Graveguard here, just being hacked to pieces quite slowly, but they're definitely being hacked to pieces. The Hex Race up to 212 kills, Khan Race up to 62. Hex Race definitely doing a huge amount of damage. They're being very good. And it looks like the centre's been cleaned up, and Krell is leading the undead forces to flank the Graveguard and finish them off. On our left flank, we're still bogged down a little bit, but we've now got them surrounded nicely, so that they shouldn't be able to last much longer, especially because their general is crumbling. Endless night. Yep, that's true. That's what us undead like. Not the sun. Don't like the sun. Yeah, the Graveguard being just cut to pieces. Don't have to run anyone down. Because undead don't run, they just fall apart. And yeah, so Krell and the other undead in the centre are taking on these skeleton spearmen, who are already crumbling by the looks of it, falling apart. Not a surprise, but I wouldn't want to face Krell either. He's quite a big lad. He's got a big axe, and the Graveguard unit has finally crumbled. That's freed up our Khan race and our Hex race, so they're now going to come charging into the rear of this group of undead, but as you can see, they're already crumbling. In fact, our Hex race don't even manage to charge anything. They all die before they reach there, and that's a Pyrrhic victory, but it's a victory nonetheless. Well, we lost quite a few zombies there, but they're only zombies. They are expendable. So it's not so much of a big deal. So we've got another... did Heinrich rank up again? Okay, and we're going to occupy again. Excellent stuff. Yes, he did. You do need more minions. You really do. So that's if... Constant. Yeah, we'll get Master of the Dead. So that's a constant health regeneration in 30 meters around him. That's pretty good, as long as he's not in combat. So that's pretty good. We'll have that along with his other debuff ability that makes him quite strong. Okay, so we've got so we can recruit some units here. So we're going to do that. Let's merge our zombies together and maybe get a couple more and some more skellies. We might have to spend another turn recruiting, but then we can hit Eschen and Waldenhof and hopefully wipe out Tempelhof. There's Vlad. There's Vlad von Karsing there. He looks like he's going after the Moot. So that's Frodo and Bilbo are soon to be put to the sword and raised into undeath as is tradition. And frankly, not before time, in my opinion. Well deserved. So we got a Book of Blood, so that's finished. So said to be so I read that out last time. Basically, it's basically showing how to do vampire things, which is pretty nice. And now we can get serve in life or in death. Fear is a great motivator. The living within the captured settlement must please their new milord. Indeed, they must, and that's going to give us money for repression buildings and some extra growth, which is going to be very useful. I like to go the growth route to start off with, especially with the vampire counts, because they do kind of need it. Okay, still can't raise any dead. Let's get a couple of direwolves and some fell bats. That'll give us some much needed movement. And we can upgrade our tarnished gold, tarnished gold shaft to a tarnished gold mine. That's going to bring in some more money. And we've now up to rank 2, so we can get graveyard and skeleton spearman in castle in Eastern Sylvania. So that's pretty good. We should be able to hit Eschen next turn. Oh, hello, Zelig van Kruger.
Pitiful little gods, that they ring true.
Yeah. Come on, Zelig. Rest in peace. Oh, they want a peace treaty, do they? Yeah, no. I don't think so. Dwarf Ruin. It's Hellfen all over again. This time the Vampire Council will be victorious. Declare war on the dwarves. Do I want to declare war on the dwarves? I mean, they're over here. Castle Drakenhof is pretty strong, but I don't really. No, I'm not going to declare war. I've got other things to do, like destroy Eschen.
Destroy them.
So again, another battle. We should be able to win this one. Yeah, it took a bit more damage than I'd hoped, but that's fine. So we're going to occupy that one. So that's Eschen under control, and Heinrich has got Dread Incarnate. They will tremble, my lord. Oh, they will fear. Yeah, well, they don't call him Kemmler for nothing. And we've got a new regiment, Renown the Dire Pack. So we've captured Eschen, so that mission is now complete, and we get some more monies for that. That's good. And Kemmler's got a treasurer. While they started off as a destitute noble of Stirland, since becoming undead, the von Carstings have accumulated great wealth. The treasurer is in charge of the Master's Vaults. So that's going to give us more money from Vampire Crypts and Vampire Keeps. So that's pretty good. And then the Obsidian Amulet, which is going to give us magic resistance. Oh, and the Battle for Hellfen. An expeditionary force of soldiers has been sighted at Hellfen. The Empire will regret deploying troops this far from home. The Vampire Counts must crush their army, drive the terrified survivors from your lands, and raise their dead into your service. So that's going to give us a Golden Sigil Sword and a Necromancer, which would be quite useful. And that army doesn't look particularly scary, so we should be able to do that quite convincingly. And Heinrich, you've got a new rank. We're going to go for, I think, Raised Dead. Raised Dead's quite an important ability to have, so we're going to grab that. No. I think what I'm going to go for is Aura of Supremacy. That's what I'm going to get. And Eschen. Okay, so we can build a mausoleum. Yeah, so we could. I'll leave it for the moment, but I think what we do is destroy the mausoleum in Castle Drakenhof, because it only needs rank 3. So we can build it somewhere else. Oh yes, of course we can get right up to rank 4 in these buildings now, so that's quite useful in the smaller settlements. So we're going to upgrade to a corrupted village. What a lovely sounding place that is.
You dare?
I do dare. And let's pick up the Dire Pack while we're here. And I mean, we don't really need the spearmen, so maybe a couple more skellies, just to round out the army. Okay, so
prestige grows, my lord.
Thank you.
News of your conquest spreads far and wide.
Yep, yeah, that's
Your developing power is noted by even the most distant of kings and bestial lords.
that. Well, yes, it is. Good. Now, goodbye. Good. So we we completed our Sylvania Resurrected. We got some more money there, so that's nice. And Spread of Undeath. Manfred's influence must spread across all of Sylvania and beyond into the Empire itself, if he is to realise his dread ambition and become the first and only eternal Emperor. But before he can rule, a power base should be established and fresh troops risen for the challenges ahead. Yep, so we want to occupy, loot, raise or sack 6 different settlements and get some money. What are the minor objectives? Chapter objectives, there we go. So, carry out a successful assassination attempt against 2 characters. Maintain at least 25% of the following corruption in the specified provinces. Okay, that's fine. Be at war with 5 factions. Yep, well, sure. Centre of the web. So complete 8 missions. Fine. And complete 1 quest chain. Okay, so that's fairly straightforward. So Zelig van Kruger, he's back and he's at Waldenhof.
Find me grave bound.
Can we take him on? That's the question. I reckon we can. Let's go for it.
Commit. Obliterate.
Okay, it's not looking particularly in our favour, and they do have some nasty units there. But do we think we can deal with this? I think we can. I think with Krell's help, we can do this. Absolutely, we can do. We got this. But that's going to have to be next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.